I'm One Wheel Cam 15, and this is why I started riding bikes. Oh, dirty. Doing what I do, wheelies obviously, and why I started doing that in the first place. Alright, so the reason why I started riding bikes was because I started hanging around with like the wrong sort of people who were like, you know, getting in trouble every day and stuff like that. And then I just noticed this group of riders who like were never actually getting into any trouble. So I thought I'd like drift over to like that sort of culture of people. And then since then I've just loved what I've been doing now. I'm basically the only one left from Andover that actually rides bikes, so it's like OG. So my first bike was a Specialized Pitch 2018. By far that is my favourite bike that I've ever owned and probably ever will own. Simply just because it's what I've learned everything that I can do now on. Basically, it's where I started off. I also have a Mafia Bomber 27.5 inch. I'm trying to get sponsored by Mafia. I'd say I'm quite close, I can't lie. And now I've moved on to a Cube. It's my new bike, newest one. Cube AIM Pro, 19-inch frame, 29-inch wheel. Yes, I've ordered some hookworms, so no need to comment saying get hookworms and fixing it. So I've got some on the way, they just take like 4 weeks to get here. I would say that my aim in riding is to try and get more people to ride, because like not that long ago I was just out the back of mine basically and just doing wheelies, you know, just messing about, trying new stuff on my Mafia. It's when I first started to actually get good. And then some kid come by on a Specialized, and I was like, wow, it looks like little Harry's old bike. And I told him to wheelie it, and he could actually wheelie it, but like not that good. And then I like started like meeting him a bit more, teaching him some stuff, and now he can like no foot manny. He can nearly one hand, so he can death spin. I taught him how to death spin. He can do no front wheel now. Knee knock, seat stand, frame stand, leg over frame. He's pretty sick now, I can't lie. So yeah, that's basically my aim, to like see people that have potential and then teach them like stuff to do, to try and like make them actually like gain an interest in bike life and like, actually like start riding like me. So yes, that is the aim of me riding. I'd say bike life's probably hated quite a lot by a lot of people because they don't actually do the research. Mainly in London now, the police start to actually not care because Mac Impact, he's basically he's like shown people what bike life actually is like. It's not just, if you see a kid wheeling, you usually think he's like the sort of person to go inside an Asda and start stealing stuff, like, you know, like that absolute disaster that we had like a year ago. But the thing is like, bike life isn't actually like that. It's like, basically before you pick up a knife, you pick up a bike. So yeah, basically what bike life is it's just kids, anybody, like any age can do it. Like you don't even have to wheelie, it's just ride a bike basically. To like get out of trouble, to like not give yourself the time and like not put yourself in a place where you can get yourself into a lot of trouble. So yeah, so the aim of bike life is people ride their bikes to get out of like trouble with like what basically everybody else does nowadays. And basically it just doesn't actually allow you to have the sort of time to like do things like that and get yourself into trouble. Although apparently, as it stands, the police actually have more of a go at us for wheeling than they do at like people who actually go around carrying knives, fighting people, like drug dealers. But they just care more about us wheeling, which I think isn't really that fair. So yeah, when people see like kids wheeling, they think that we're gonna go around causing trouble, hitting people. But the thing is like it's like me, sometimes like when I like go to the shop, like the shop guy will be like lifting in drinks and stuff, and I'll like ask him if he wants some help. Sometimes he says no, and I'll be like, oh okay, like I wouldn't just like, you know, start picking up his stuff and start putting it in the shop. But sometimes like he says yeah, because like, you know, he's like there alone and he's like trying to, you know, get it all done quickly. So I'll give him a hand. And even Mac now, he said to start doing that, like help out like the local community, because then that then helps you. People then like start allowing what you do. So yeah, a lot of you may just like, you know, want to wheelie just for like the fun of it. But there's a lot behind wheeling and like bike life. It's not just pick up a bike and start wheeling. It's basically picking yourself up and like not getting like dragged down by like getting told off by it. Like just don't listen, because it's not a bad thing. Maybe when like, you know, you're wheeling around on the roads, if it's like a really busy road, then that's a bit different. But like if the road's empty, like I don't know whether you've noticed, but on my POV after every single wheelie or even through the wheelie, I'm always checking behind me on roads to see if there's a car. And then if there's a car, I either make sure I'm right up in the curb and then I start to slow down so they can get past me faster, or I like drop the wheel if it's not a hill one, then I like either keep in, or if there's a pavement that's empty, I'll get up onto the pavement out of the way. But then even then the cars still go by and beep at me. So like I just don't understand why people give us hate when we try not to get in anybody's way. Alright, so if you'd enjoy this sort of video, leave a like. It's different to what I would usually do, simply just because I thought I'd have to get it out there about like why I ride my bike, and you know, like I'm not trying to cause trouble. So basically I'm just trying to say like stop hating on bike life, there's nothing wrong with it. So now we're just gonna go, I'm gonna put in some clips now of like my best clips like ever, and some riding clips from today. So let's go and show you the clips.